Hey, hello everyone, it's Meredith. I am here with our daily reading for Thursday, the 13th of September, and we are using the Sawyer's Path Tarot. Again, loving this deck. I've been using it in the private readings, and wow, it's just been so amazing. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Some decks you don't always connect to immediately. This one, woo! I swear it's taken up residence in my heart space. Also using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed, we're going to use that Oracle card as our bottom of the deck card today. So let's take a look at that. What do we have? A message in a bottle. I'm not sure if you can see that. I've got lighting issues yet again today. Every time it's humid, I can't turn this light on. So bear with me, folks. And it's number 15. Well, we had number 14 yesterday, or, 44, depending on how you look at that card. Alright, let's read the message on this one. Let's find it in the book. 15, message in a bottle. The essential meaning of the card is communication. A sign, a claydon, the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. The oracle's message on this card is: Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. Well, you're all that because you're all here watching this, so good for you. Good for us. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you are pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, well, let's jump right in and see what Sawyer's Path has to say to us. 8 of Swords. Okay. Entrapment. Swords. Entrapment of the mind. So this could be some vulture thinking for us, some monkey mind business going on. My guides are here saying that our freedom is found in our own hands, and so let's take a look at this card. The knot's behind her back, but so are her hands, and likely that knot's very tight, not very tight at all. So she could easily release herself, pull the blindfold off, and walk away from those swords. But those 8 swords are representing life experiences that are coming into the now moment and troubling this person. So, this is, if ever there were a time for signs and messages from Spirit, we've got message in a bottle. Now is it. Now is the time. So this card is a reminder, because it's an 8, it's really stable. We're on a good foundation with ourselves. This mental monkey mind, vulture thought business, we need to put an end to that. Our freedom and liberation is up to us. But let's see what goes with it. Why is it here? The moon. Okay, it's here because some of us are losing faith because we haven't seen evidence of what it is we wish to create. We also may be, my guides are saying that some of us are looking for fulfillment outside of ourselves. And there's a perception of frustration here. This is a trap. So this is, of course, get into your heart space, get out of your head space, 8 of Swords, and you get grounded, you get centered, you become a part of the now, not in the past, not in the future, you're now. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. Not all of us are seeing evidence that our goals, dreams, plans, intentions are fulfilling in just this moment. But the signs, the messages on offer to us for 2 weeks now in the cards has been that we are in an exceptional harvest season of manifestation. So this requires trust. This requires faith. And you know, I see it for myself. I experience it for myself. I certainly experience it with each of you when we do readings. You all have days, we all have days where it just feels like it's not happening, and then the frustration, the lack of faith, the lack of trust comes in, and here we are all tied up in loose knots and blindfolds on. We're not seeing a truth that's right before us, and the truth that's right before us is that the universe is speaking to us and sending us messages and signs and omens and oracles and all that amazing stuff, and it's right there, but in these moments we're not necessarily feeling it. We're feeling like the shadow is cast over it. It's not coming into the light, but it's changing, it's shifting. My guides are saying it would be really nice if we could keep a little note, whether it's a notebook or the note app in your phone, whatever it is, make a note of the signs, the messages that you get, so that when you have a day like this, that's how you release yourself from the mental trap. You review the list of signs you've received, and it will reinvigorate, re-inspire, and bring us back into the now. Let's see what's next. Strength, yes. Takes strength to do that kind of work. You all know it. We've been talking about this all summer. How much strength, how much endurance we have. There's a message of good health, vitality, vibrancy on this card. That's excellent. Leverage that on this mental process. Bring your vitality, your vibrancy to that, and this will ease, so nicely. The Strength card is also an integration card, so it does indicate that there is an integration going on between you and your dreams, goals, plans, desires. That's happening. There's let's say, an energetic weaving going on here. We don't want to rush the process. We want to savor the process. That's a reminder of the Strength card too. Your strength is bolstered, fostered even more when you go into savoring. So here's an example. Let's say a friend has come to see you and you've had this most beautiful visit, and you have plans to see one another again in 3, 4, 5 days. And then the monkey mind vulture thoughts start chipping away, like, oh gosh, that's a long time to wait. We had such a good time. I can't wait for the next experience, What if instead of going into the future and I can't wait, and 5 days is a long time, and so on. What if you instead went to, wow, my heart was so full sitting across from my dear friend who I haven't maybe seen in 5 or 10 years, right? Imagine that. Review the conversation you had. Remember how inspired you were when you shared how this or that manifestation came to pass for you, and how your friend told you the same kinds of things, and how the energy expanded. That's savoring. And then that is how you continue to create experience like that. And not necessarily with that same person. It could be just the next person, the next moment with your own self. So consider doing that. And also my guides are saying, be at ease with the unknown. This savoring eliminates rushing and allows us to be so much more focused and deliberate with what it is that we desire. So keep the savoring going. It builds the faith, it builds the trust, and it helps keep us in the now in our heart space. 2 of Wands. A new venture, a new experience, a new relationship, moving to a new home, building a new foundation. We have an 8 here, so we've got stability. My guides are talking and saying that there's a significant energy unfolding in the now moment about all this new beginning, fresh start. 2 of Wands is walking through a doorway, crossing a threshold to an entirely new experience. So that's something to savor as well. It's not something to get all mental monkey mind over. What if this happens? What if that happens? Going into anxiety with it. This is about stepping into the adventure of it, embracing the unknown, trusting that all the signs are leading you there, and You know, the card even says the universe has heard you and the response is favorable. This is, yesterday we had the Fool, take the leap of faith. The Two of Wands here is us taking the leap of faith. And look at this. Queen of Cups, intuition, emotional healing. Yes, bringing harmony to these 8 swords. And under the moon, look, we've got the moon, we've got the moon. And I do remind you all that the moon is borrowed light of the sun, and we've got them both kind of right here on this card. It almost looks a bit like an eclipse there. So some of this could be leftover energy from the eclipse season on this 8, and it's coming to light now in the moon, and there's this feeling of unknown here. We don't exactly know what to do with it. Let's go right to emotional healing. Let's do that. Let's embrace this new adventure. Be in an emotional healing, have kindness, nurturing, compassion for ourselves as we go into these places on this 8. So an 8 here, an 8 here, very balanced, very harmonious, very stable. We're in a great place to handle this mental trap, also in a great place to recognize that we got there. We just sort of ambled down a path that didn't, that doesn't serve the now, but still requires emotional healing because we can't take it with us on this new adventure. And look at this, we have the High Priestess. So there's a tremendous amount of intuitive energy, experience, information available to us today. Look, we've got the moon, we've got that queen, we've got the High Priestess. We're very much being guided. So the invitation on this reading is to allow yourself to be guided. This is what it looks like over here on the 8 of Swords when we don't allow ourselves to be guided. And this is what it looks like, these 3, when we do. And I like that in general, there's a lot of gazing at the moon here. I know the High Priestess is looking pretty much straight ahead, but she does have a crescent on her forehead. We have this queen looking into her cup that's under the moon, so it's like the moonlight is shining into her cup and she's scrying, she's tuning into the messages, she's reading the signs. And then we have Strength looking right at the moon in the Lion and in the Woman. So also, let's draw our attention to the fact that on this 8, this woman is blindfolded. This is what happens when we get up in our head space. This is what happens when we're in our heart space. And this is how we cross that threshold. It's in the heart space. Beautiful. Do I want to clarify anything? I don't, actually. I'm going to leave that right where it is because it's a pretty powerful message. Alright, we're going to go to Healing with the Angels Oracle cards. Instead of Angel Answers, I'm switching it up for you all this week, just a little bit. This is your opportunity to ask a question, as you know. So you do that while I shuffle. So leave some comments. Share with the channel because other people enjoy reading your comments too. So leave some comments and tell us what this new threshold is for you. Tell us what your vulture thoughts and monkey mind are saying about this, where your fear is being discovered so that you can do the emotional healing work and cross that threshold in your heart space. Tell us about that. Share your journey. People really do benefit from knowing they're not alone and hearing someone else's experience. It's very inspirational and fulfilling. Okay. Ask your question of the oracle cards. Our first card is Celebration. I'm going to put that with the Strength card. No, I'm going to put that with the 8 of Swords. Celebrate the fact that you are there and know how to free yourself from it, and then you don't have to carry it forward any longer. Next card. They're going to be slow on me again. Second day in a row, folks. Answered prayer. I'm putting that with the Two of Wands because that's what that feels like. Crossing that threshold, going through that doorway, that's us stepping into the life we've been creating, that we have been dreaming for. That is an answered prayer. Next card. Oh, here it is. Oh, two of them. New love. You know, yes, I know that that points right at beloved relationship. My feeling, though, it is the new love we have for our own life. We are the love of our life. We are the love we're seeking. Truly, first and foremost, every single time, it's the love, light, joy, blessing, gift that we are, that we bring to the world, that is so inspiring to every path we cross. And we owe it to ourselves in the best possible way to bring our beautiful love into the world. And then this is how we create a beloved relationship with someone else as a partner, by bringing the full measure of who we are to that moment. And I spoke with a dear friend yesterday, and she told me one of the great successes to her relationship, and she's been married a good long time, she said, our relationship is never at risk. And I thought about that for a minute, and I recalled, you know, from my own past, how in other relationships it was at risk. There was the, well, if he's angry with me, our relationship is at risk, or vice versa. If I'm angry at him, our relationship is at risk. It was always this not even spoken but potential threat that any kind of disruption could end the relationship. So I found it very interesting that this friend of mine said that no matter what she and her husband face, their relationship is not at risk, which means that they agree that they will disagree, and then they will work on it. And it doesn't mean that one of them is leaving. And that is something that we could discover on our Eight of Swords. It could be a fear that we hold and carry with us now, even as we've walked through this or approached this doorway, ready to step over this threshold. And, you know, we've talked a lot about how the frequency of now is so much different in these beloved relationships that we are considering, that we are involved in, committed to, rekindling even. That kind of energy, the relationship being at risk, can't come through this doorway, because we are being, this is one of the things that may be in the unseen for some of you, we are being guided to put all that old way of being behind us, Eight of Swords, and embrace the new, High Priestess, Queen of Cups, strength, new love, this Two of Wands, all of it. All of it. We are celebrating this brand new, lovely frequency in which to love, nurture, and care for ourselves, bring the full measure of who we are to every relationship we have, family, friend, or beloved, does not matter. We are our own answered prayer. And then when we come into connection and togetherness with those we love and care for, they become our answered prayer and we become theirs. That's what the signs are pointing at here. Amazing. The last card to come out is spiritual growth. I think we had that one yesterday too. I might be mistaken, but I feel like we did. Every day is a spiritual growth day, folks. All right, that's it. This is what we're doing. This is what the moon is shining its light on. This is our focus. This is how we cross that threshold. We honor, love, appreciate, have compassion for our Eight of Swords experiences, moments. We set ourselves free every single time we encounter it, and then we celebrate it and we thank it and we have gratitude for it showing up, because you can't come through this door with all those swords on your back, let alone in your back. Yeah. So consider that. Also consider keeping a nice little journal of the signs, omens, messages that Spirit brings us, that the universe brings us. And use that in your Eight of Swords moments to empower yourself, to encourage yourself, and become comfortable with what's in the unknown and the unseen. You don't need to know it all. You don't need to see it all right now. The High Priestess doesn't give us the answer, right? She's aware, she'll guide us, but this is about tuning into our own selves, following our intuition, being okay with not knowing, and then being comfortable with allowing what's in the unseen to reveal itself to us through messages in bottles. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Oh, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself again. I keep doing that to you all. I forgot our affirmation card. Oh, let's do that. And yes, I am going to switch this deck out, I promise. We do need new affirmation cards. I'm on it. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Hello, Eight of Swords. Yeah. Don't apologize for what you desire. It's a beautiful thing because it grew in your heart space. And it's somehow an answered prayer for you and an answered prayer for someone else. All right, now, that's it. Go off into your Thursday. Make it miraculous. Share some of your journey stories with us. It's not just me reading them. Other people on the channel are reading them and enjoying them. So let's have a little bit of community there, okay? Share. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Love seeing that number go up. Help me do it. Keep going. And I'll be back very soon with our Friday message. Peace, blessings, gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you so much.